And hi there, welcome back everybody, or welcome for the first time. It's, what day is it, Lisa?
It's Monday, Kevin.
It's Monday. It's already Monday?
I can't believe it.
Wasn't it Monday just 7 days ago? Yes, welcome back everybody. It's 7:30, it's Monday night. That means it's what? It's
Marriage Monday.
Marriage
Yes.
Monday.
Yes.
Welcome everyone to Marriage Monday, and we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're just with us for the very first time, I want to welcome you and explain a little bit what's going on here. For the last number of weeks, we've been meeting together, we've been talking about marriages, and we've discovered that even though in this very different time of life, with the pandemic and all other craziness that happens and sadness that is happening, we think that our marriages are
Important, yeah,
important.
Absolutely. Very important time to be focusing on our marriages. There's a lot of marriages under a lot of strain right now.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're here to help, hopefully.
That's right. We're here to help, hopefully. So we just acknowledge again, as we always do, this time that we're living in right now. It comes with its uncertainties. And in some cases, it comes with its sadnesses as well and real challenges. But we really hope that our time talking about our marriages can be uplifting and even a little bit fun. And that's what we've started with for the last few weeks. Sometimes we've engaged with you guys. Sometimes we haven't. Tonight, we thought we would like to go ahead and start. Oh, by the way, everybody, in case you were wondering, it's Marriage Monday. It's Marriage Monday. And so we wanted to start with a little bit of
some fun.
Yeah, we thought let's have Kevin and Lisa play a little bit of a couples quiz. Let's see how well they know each other. You know, every week they get up here, they think they know everything, they think they're better than us, they think they're all that. Let's see how much they really know. So we're calling them out. Good idea, you guys. Let's call them out. So here we go. We're going to play a little bit of Marriage Monday couples quiz. We're going to see how well...
Don't look at my cards.
We're going to see how well she knows, how well I know her, see how well she knows me. You can play along at home if you want. The worst thing that will happen is you're going to get into a really big fight after this.
Don't do that. Don't
which
do that.
will allow you to work on your marriage. So, Marriage Monday, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You start.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to ask some questions. We're going to see how much the other one knows. And if you know the answer, you get a point. And we're going to see who wins. Because marriage is all about winning. That's not right, is it?
No.
I think we covered that in one of the classes. It's not about winning.
Yes.
But right now, totally about winning. Go ahead. You want me to start?
You're supposed to start.
I'm supposed to start.
Yes.
All right. All right. Should I start with easy or hard? Let's start with an easy one for you, Lisa Robbins.
Okay.
If you can, for 1 point, name my all-time favorite movie. Go.
Oh.
My all-time favorite movie.
Well, it's kind of a series. It's a series.
A very serious movie?
No, a series.
A series.
Right? Isn't it?
See, what you're doing right now...
A band of brothers.
See, what you're doing right now is you're getting HBO specials mixed up with movie. I'm talking about a real movie here. So you've already failed. You've already blown it.
Oh, my goodness.
My favorite
You don't
movie.
have any favorite movies. You don't really...
Now, honey, that really hurts.
No, but you don't really
That
like
really hurts.
any movie.
I really do.
You do?
I really like lots of movies. Just not all the movies you like.
Okay. Oh, my
3,
goodness.
2, 1, 0 points for that.
Oh, that was a hard one.
Braveheart. Braveheart.
I'm
Freedom!
not sure
Come on,
about that,
absolutely.
but okay.
Mel Gibson's almost rocking a mullet through that.
Okay.
And he wears a kilt. Nothing wrong with either of those.
Okay, here's one. What's my favorite flower?
Your favorite flower is anyone I give you. Point! Huh? Point?
You don't know my favorite flower?
Well, now that you mention it, I often give you roses.
I don't feel like giving you
That
that
wasn't
point.
my answer. That wasn't my answer.
That's the right answer, but I don't feel like giving you that point. That doesn't. You didn't answer the question.
Watch and learn, fellas. Watch and learn.
I love roses,
So,
especially the older I get, the more I love roses. Okay.
Okay. Write that down. The older she gets, the more she likes roses.
Yes.
All right. We're having a good time here. I hope you're joining us,
Yeah.
joining in the chat even,
Yeah.
but we won't be paying attention to you. This is just between us.
Okay.
All right. So did I get a point or not? You
Well,
definitely did not get a point. 0 for you. 1 for me?
okay. Well, you said you always give me roses, but you didn't know what that was. And you don't always give me roses either. That was lame. No,
right.
0-0.
All right.
Okay.
So, Kevin and Lisa have no clue who each
Okay.
other is.
Okay.
How long have we been married? That's not a question, by the way.
Almost 30 years.
Almost 30
In
years.
August, 30 years.
All right. It'd be nice to round out 30 years by knowing what kind of flower you like.
Yes.
And what kind of movie on VHS that we have still. All right, Marriage Monday, everybody. Let's keep going. How well do we know each other? Lisa, who is always ready to leave the house first? For 1 point, who's always ready to leave the house first in the Robbins family here? Who's always ready to leave the house
I
first?
know what you're going to say. I know what you think it is.
Which is the right
but
answer?
no, it's not, because
It's always the right
you make
answer.
a big deal about leaving on time.
I do
and
make a
then,
big deal about
and
leaving
then,
on time.
like tonight, remember?
Not fair. Totally not
I was
fair.
like, can I get your jacket?
Cheap
Do you
shot,
need to get
Lisa
the keys? So I would say I just slightly more am ready than you are more often.
You think?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. No, you
woman,
make a big deal about being
She's
ready,
beautiful.
but I am.
She's out of it. There's no way that you are more often ready to
I
leave
don't
than
know.
me.
I think I am. I'm not totally confident, but I think I am.
All right.
So it's,
I'll give you a point just because you're really beautiful.
oh, you're so.
All right.
Okay.
Next.
What is
Check
my,
it out, fellas. Watch this.
What is my favorite restaurant?
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
Is it like, what are they called? Like a private restaurant? Not a private restaurant, but is it like an independent,
A
independent restaurant? or
chain restaurant.
A chain
Okay.
restaurant. You have a favorite chain restaurant?
I'm not crazy about.
Are you sure
I'm not
you've
crazy
been married
about,
to me for
I'm not
30
crazy
years?
about chain restaurants, and I.
That's true.
But.
I know what chain restaurant you hate.
What do I most often say to you? Let's go here, and we can have a planning time there.
Oh, well, you just gave me a real freebie. But that's not even a restaurant.
Panera Bread.
Panera, thank you. Panera Bread. Somebody doesn't know how to play the game.
Okay, I don't really have a favorite restaurant, so that's probably a bad
2 points for
question.
me. 2 points
Which
for me.
was the other point?
Roses.
Oh, the roses and the. Okay, all
Oh,
right.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Lisa.
Yes.
Marriage Monday.
Yes.
What time
I'm
is it?
failing at this, so hurry
So
up.
we need to wrap up soon?
Yeah.
Or we keep going? Lisa, if I could be someone else, who would it be?
Oh, Tarzan.
Ah! Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Tarzan?
That
Are you
was
kidding?
so easy.
Absolutely.
That was so.
Grow up and live with lowland
Okay,
mountain gorillas?
here's-
Yes. Swing from vines and trees? Yes.
Okay.
Have ripped abs? Please.
Oh, you
I
have.
want to be Tarzan.
You have ripped abs. Okay.
I have. They're in there somewhere.
Anyway, are we
Good.
are
You
we
got
done?
a point. Tarzan.
Yeah.
If I could be anybody, I'd want to be
Okay.
Tarzan.
All right. Here.
Or raised
Here's a
by
question.
wolves.
Here's a question that I like. What are 4 words that describe me?
4 words. Easy. Sexy. 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 So sexy.
You know what?
That's 5 words.
That's not. That's so not thoughtful.
Oh! Okay. All right. 5 words. 5 words would be...
Sexy can be one of them.
Oh, you like that word? You're very wise. Oh, this is wise, compassionate. You.
What are you doing?
You cover me. What's the word for that?
Aw.
I'm safe
Aw.
in you. Isn't that nice?
That's nice. I think
and
that's
then you're
4.
sexy, and
I
then
think
you're
that's 4.
sexy. That's
Okay.
got to be 5. No, 4. I was supposed to do 4.
Yeah, that's great. You did great.
Very sexy?
You did great.
How many points for
This
that?
is a strange game. How many points are we up to?
I'm winning.
Okay, so one more.
We'll check to see who wins, because we're not keeping score, but they are, because they're all about it.
There's a question here that I don't even know the
Wait,
answer to.
I asked the next
Oh, okay.
question, right? I think? Okay. if I wrote a song about my life,
I think we're done.
what type of music would I use?
Country.
Country, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I never thought about that.
What would you say?
I don't know what the genre is, but it's kind of mopey.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of sad.
Okay, one more.
Sad and romantic, kind of like Walking in the Rain. What's that music called when you walk in the rain? Walking in the Rain music? That's my kind of music.
I don't know what that's called, but like
I'll give you a point.
Tap dancing.
Because
guy?
country music, one could argue,
Yes.
is pretty sad walking in the rain music.
Yes. I don't know where this question came from. The next one.
Let's see.
Because I don't know the answer, but I'll
Marriage
ask you.
Mondays. You never know
What-
what's going to happen.
What would my mafia nickname be?
You're what now? You're what?
What would my mafia... I don't know how to say it. Let's just get started.
No, stay with the game, you cheater.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Your easy. Mafia nickname. Mickey Blue Eyes.
Great.
Huh?
You win. You totally win. Let's just get on with the
You
rest
can't
of this.
subvert the game like this.
I'm sorry.
You're-
Okay, all right.
Mickey Blue Eyes, because you always, right? It can't. Your name is Lisa. Lisa, you can't do an E at the end of Lisa. Lisa E?
No.
Lisa E?
Yeah.
So that's why yo, Joey
No,
Big
no.
Nose, yo, Stevie this, yo. So you'd be Mickey Blue Eyes, right? 'Cause
Oh
you got
my
blue
gosh,
eyes, right?
you are killing me. Let's get started.
All right. Okay. And
I'm
welcome
so sorry,
to
everybody.
Marriage Monday. It's good to have you here. We don't know what that was right there, but we just thought,
Hopefully it was fun for you.
next week we'll figure out something to get you guys a little bit more engaged right off the bat, but until that time, let's talk a little bit about what we talked about last week, because we launched into something new last week, sort of, in our marriages that's very, very important, and that is what? That is this.
Yes. We talked about intimacy as the marriage essential service in your life.
Right. Intimacy is very, very important. And that was the last, the half hour that we spent talking last week was all about getting you convinced, wrestling with you that it's really important to make sure that intimacy is, in your mind and in your marriage, an essential service. You absolutely need it. And your brain tells you a lot of times, do I need it or don't I need it?
I need it.
I know your brain does,
but
what does
sometimes
their
not
brain
need it.
tell you?
Yes, and hopefully this week that just passed was a good week for everybody. That's kind of our hope, right? We were talking earlier about how we hope that we're not just being entertaining for entertaining's sake. You know.
Well, I think we've established that we're not entertaining tonight by what we've done so far.
No.
It's really good, really true. We really, how many times am I going to say really? We absolutely hope that you are taking this serious enough to progress in your marriage relationship as you watch this week to week, or maybe after this session is done, you watch it again. It's not the most exciting thing for us to take our Monday night. We have other exciting things we'd like to do with our Monday night if this is just sort of something you're kind of mind-numbingly watching. But if you are a married person, and if you are watching this, we hope and we pray that we actually engage you enough to go, I want to work on something this week. I'm going to take this serious. So it doesn't do you any good to fight us, because we're not even in your life. We're not even there.
It's true.
Don't
We
waste your
really
time.
hope that this Monday night is a special time where you feel like every week you're getting a reset in your marriage. And no matter what's happened in the past week, Monday night is a time where you can focus in and reset and start again.
Start again, even if it was bad.
Yep.
Start again.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. That's how people stay married. Did you know that? That's how people stay married.
True.
When
And
something
it's
goes
worth
wrong,
it. It's worth
you
it.
start again. When she does something wrong, you start again.
Yeah.
When he does something wrong, does he ever do anything wrong?
No.
You start again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So last week we talked about the fact that intimacy, and do y'all know what intimacy is? Yup, that is essential in your marriage. We've been around long enough to know that intimacy starts to go the way of something, some kind of extinct animal, the way of the dodo. It goes the way of not very important after a while, and you couldn't be more wrong, and you couldn't suffer more greatly if you allow intimacy to get out of your marriage. So don't do that. We're going to continue on that theme, though, as we talk about intimacy, and tonight, intimacy brings something, or to have great intimacy, you need to have
Confidence.
Confidence. You need to have confidence, and we're going to talk about this. You need to give confidence. We kind of like this picture. We searched for
It's
a
a
picture.
great picture.
Isn't it a great
Yes.
picture? That's a Mr. and a Mrs. That's some
Yeah.
Bengal tigers right there, and I'd like to think I'm the bigger one.
Yes.
Certainly, I'm the one with the bigger head, so we match up there. But Lisa, you're cute there. Looks like you got a bit of a bad attitude in that picture.
Oh,
there.
yeah,
You're kind of
yeah.
growling a little
Feisty.
bit.
Feel a little feisty.
I like that
Yeah,
word. So
yeah.
we're going to talk about confidence tonight. We're going to talk about confidence for you and confidence for me and how we can have more confidence, but
Yes.
especially how we can give confidence to each other in our, and what are we talking about here? Confidence in paying the bills? Not so much.
No, we're
Not
talking about intimacy, confidence in your intimacy.
You've got to have it. So as we talk about confidence, let's talk a little bit, let's maybe define what confidence is, or actually, let's go the other way and let's talk about what kind of kills our confidence when it comes to intimacy in a marriage. What are some confidence
I think
killers
right out of the gates, I can think of body image can really steal our confidence when we have poor body image and wish this were different or that were different, or things were different sizes, or or whatever, or the same size or whatever.
Yeah.
Just
Look, we're getting older here. We got
We
some
have,
young
you know,
viewers. We got
yeah,
some young viewers
yes,
on here.
yes.
You don't know what this is, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of you older ones.
Aging hurts the
Hurts a
old
lot of
body
things.
image.
Yeah, things start to move around. Things didn't always be where they are, or things used to be where they
Yeah.
were, and they're not there anymore. But this is such a really, we can joke about it. It is probably the easiest thing to joke about. It's get
Yeah.
the butt of a lot of jokes, no pun
Yeah, but
intended
it doesn't
there.
have to steal your confidence. It really doesn't.
And here's the big reason why body image really shouldn't, but it's a huge affliction, right?
Yeah.
Our entire world
Oh.
is everything from what
yeah.
you say magazines, but
Yeah.
nobody even gets magazines anymore. But all of the
Yes.
digital images that are sent our way are literally altered. But our brains aren't smart enough to know that, and we start buying into the fact that that's the way we should look, or this is the way we should be.
And if you think about it, look at all the celebrities, as beautiful as they are. How many more failed relationships do we have to look at to know that beauty does not guarantee, or money guarantee great intimacy?
It's a great point. Beauty ain't going to save your marriage.
No.
Beauty ain't going to increase your intimacy. And right there, some of your brains are fighting back on that. Go, oh no, I think beautiful people have better sex than me.
No.
You're not right.
Often they're even less.
I mean,
they're often the
beautiful people-
most insecure people in the
Beautiful
world.
people might be having better sex than you, but it's not because they're more beautiful than you. It's because you've maybe hung up on some body issues and some image
So what other
problems like
kind
that.
of things wreck our confidence?
Well, I think that a lot of times in our life, we have perceptions about a lot of things that can really cause problems to us. We perceive failures, or we actually have failures in our life. Let's be honest. Times in our life where we're going through real challenges or failures or even losing jobs, these heavy life things that come at us, they can impact our physical relationship and our physical intimacy with one another, and that can be really dangerous as well.
It's very true, very true. The ego really suffers during those times, and even failures in our relationship, go through a season where we're not doing so well, and some moral failures, or just failures in all kinds of areas, in trust, breaking trust. There's so many things that even kind of can pile up over the years if you look back on them and kind of start to define you and steal your confidence. So that can be.
Yeah, and you got to remember what we're talking about here. We're talking about things that'll knock your confidence, things that give a punch to your confidence, and it kind of sets you back a little bit. And here's the big problem. It's not that something comes your way that hits your confidence or knocks you down a little bit one time, but it's for those of us who've been married quite a while and we've had a few hits now, and we didn't come back from it. We didn't regain our confidence, right?
Yeah.
And then we now get used to what it does to our intimacy, which is kill it, slow it down, or even make it subside altogether.
Yeah.
Another thing that really hits our confidence as well is something that you and I call sort of sexual misunderstandings.
Yes.
You know what I mean when I say that? Well, let's talk about what that is.
A lot of couples we've talked to need help with this. They have a mindset about what good sex looks like or should look like or sound like, and it's a total misunderstanding. Often the world sends us messages that are just wrong information. And
I think we have to be a little bit more specific.
Okay.
Yes, the world sends all kinds of wrong messages. You get it through media and stuff like that. But I think particularly bad is just sort of this pornification of the world that we now live in right now. It's just, it's really from every angle, not to mention just specifically pornography, which in and of itself is
so
such
damaging.
an aberration of what sex is.
Yeah.
It's such a bizarre, twisted. Perversion is a good word, and I know there's lots of people, there might be some people watching right now that say, well, I don't think it's necessarily perverted, but what we were saying is if you want to instill confidence in yourself sexually or with physical intimacy, and confidence in your partner, let me tell you something, I think it doesn't take much thinking to realize that what the world offers with those kind of visual images don't create confidence because they're so
well,
warped.
and first of all, it's just cameras and whatever. Let's not get into that. But
and enhancement.
I think that the point we're trying to make is the misunderstandings where often males think that women should be screaming in ecstasy and pleasure and really not understanding that.
Wait, babe, are you saying that's not what happens?
So we're trying to be
not trying to make you uncomfortable.
No,
there,
yes, and we don't want to make you uncomfortable either. But really, there can be misconceptions about what it looks like. Not to say that if your husband's fantasy is to have you really, really expressing your pleasure, then you could probably be giving not in a faking kind of way, but in an expressive, giving kind of way. Give him, what is going to be super exciting, which is to hear you, are enjoying yourself. And we're so off. Are we off track right now?
No, I think
Okay.
Personally, I think you're right on track.
We're just talking about
giving
in the arena of giving confidence to your spouse. You want to see them be excited and enjoying themselves. And so for men, it seems like seeing their wives enjoying themselves is really part of that excitement.
Yeah, and I think honestly, there can be a lot of guys today who have, let's be honest. I know we're all kind of faith-based people, or at least a lot of us are believers in God, and we shouldn't really talk like this. But let's be totally honest, this infusion of warped sexuality has not just invaded and impacted a lot of people who are watching, but it's invading and impacting a lot of our children. They are receiving this information earlier than any generations before. Mm-hmm. And what's particularly warped is that young men, or even some men here, think that this is what sexuality is. And it's just not true. It's a lie that makes, it's a lie especially because ultimately it doesn't even give you the confidence that you need for better intimacy. In fact, it robs you of that, and it creates this illusion of who the other sex is, a real warped illusion. Yep. And of course, as you know, it just takes all relational connection out of it. And somewhere along the line, at the end, when you reach your bottom, when you empty your life out, as you chase these fake, false, phantom images of what they are, you'll realize, I feel so empty. And why is it? Because I don't have relational connection. So confidence and intimacy have so much to do with connection, and male brains don't want to hear that. We just want to go, intimacy, right, talk about it. Well, we are, but settle down, right? Yeah. There's so much more to it.
And it's helpful to know what each other thinks about the subject and talk about it. I mean, even as we were preparing for this lesson, every time I would come up with an idea, Kevin would say, but is that about sex? All the male brain is going to think, but are we talking about sex? You know, and because I would be talking about something that to him didn't sound like we were talking about sex anymore.
It's true. It's a good point. And then she would convince me, oh, we're talking about sex. And my male brain can't handle it. How in the world is laundry possibly going to come around to sex?
I never talked about laundry.
But for example, we can take 100 examples, right? How's washing the dishes come around to sex? Yeah. How does it, anything like that? And that's my brain wired differently than your brain. Yes. But you have a beautiful brain.
Thank you.
Very sexy brain.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
So our next thing that we just want to say is, if you want better intimacy, you
Yeah.
want to finish this?
Yeah, you need to give confidence to your spouse. As we were sharing even in the last example, maybe knowing what they want or desire, or even, think would be exciting, and that, and you want to give, that to them, whatever that means. And so we want to get to this next part of what we're going to talk about, which is how you can give each other, like we talked about in that example, confidence. Not just you be more confident, but how you can not be focused on your own confidence, but be focused on your spouse's confidence.
Let's take a pause just for a second,
Okay.
because I want everybody's brain to flip over here. We kind of started out talking about you need confidence if you want intimacy. We went at what attacks our confidence.
Yeah.
And what attacks our confidence, so what we're saying is our confidence. What attacks my confidence is what I perceive as my deficiencies.
Yeah, or
I'm
flaws,
not as...
or,
Exactly. I don't
whatever.
think I'm all that. I don't think
Not
I'm sexy
tall
enough.
enough, short
blah,
enough,
blah, blah,
big
hairy
enough,
back, and the whole thing,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So,
warts and, yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So that's what attacks our confidence. That was good what we did right
know.
there. That's what attacks our confidence. But now we've just flipped, and we're going to suggest to you, if you want better intimacy, and if you're here, I guess you probably do. If you want better intimacy, here comes the counterintuitive part. Give confidence to your spouse. Now, some of us are going, nah, I want more sex. Okay.
We'll get to that.
Give confidence to your spouse. You see what I'm doing, honey? Not do you see what I'm doing, but
Oh.
you see what I'm doing?
What, am I supposed to say something?
Just give me some confidence right now, babe.
You're
And
so
watch my microphone.
awesome.
Watch my microphone. All right. So let's go with this. We've showed you scriptures as believers in the last few weeks that we've been together. We've got a couple scriptures for you now. We talked a little bit last week about the book of Song of Songs, and the Song of Songs is this really, really, really awesome book. Really kind of strange for some of us. Really awesome book in the Bible that just catches us totally unawares. We don't know how to handle it. It's not too big, thank goodness, because God knew it'd just blow our mind and we'd fizzle right out. It's really short, but it's a book of poetry, and it's about love life. It's a little bit about how much God loves us, but it's a lot about
very
erotic,
explicit.
explicit. I love you, you, rar, I want, yeah, woo. It's all about that. Can you imagine? And in this book of Song of Songs, we see two people who are more serious about giving each other confidence, and from that, then the intimacy really starts to explode.
It really
the
is
intimacy
a book
really
about,
starts to get
about
better.
giving, not getting, It's
Exactly.
beautiful, so beautiful.
So if you're taking notes at home, those words, it's about giving, not getting. And some of the guys are like, oh man, it's okay. It's about giving, not getting. It's about giving your spouse confidence. And when you do, there's more, right? So let's look at this. This is the male speaking, and this is from Song of Songs. This is the man speaking to the woman. And there's many passages to his wife, his bride specifically. And there's many passages that really unpack how they give confidence to one another. We just stole this. Again, it's written contemporary to their time. He uses some words that you probably wouldn't use for your wife. But go ahead and try if you like. But look at what he says. He talks about her and he says, my dove in the cleft of the rock, in the hiding place on the mountainside. Show me your face. Let me hear your voice. So you can, I should just keep reading before I start unpacking it. Let me hear your voice, because your voice is sweet. It's true. And your face is lovely. So what's this groom, what is this husband all about here? He does the comparison of the dove, and we got this little cute little bird, and she's sort of up in the mountain somewhere in the cleft of the rock, and he wants to bring her out. It's a very gentle process. It's a little bit of here, here, here. And what does he smart enough to do? He's like, I want to talk about how amazing I think you are, and I want you to hear it. Men are famous for this line. Why didn't you tell her that? I thought about it. I just didn't think to tell her. Or the worst one of all, right? I told you I loved you when I married you. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. Like, we're famous for these kind of things. We actually think the men I'm not letting you guys off the hook. You're not as dull or stupid as we portray ourselves to be. You actually think these things. It does cross your mind sometime. Boy, she looks nice. But that's where it stops a lot of times.
Say it.
Say it out loud.
Yeah.
Give confidence to the person. Why? Well, we've already established the fact that we all have deficiencies and we all feel those deficiencies from time to time. This is just a small example. There's many examples in Song of Songs where he talks about, and he chooses different parts of her body besides her face. But he's saying, look, show me your face. It's what I want to see because your face is fantastic. And she'll say, oh, not me. Oh, I've got this problem. Shh, be quiet. I want to see your face. Now talk to me. I want to hear your voice. Now, show me your face again. You are lovely to me. So he's bringing out confidence in his spouse. You think you can do that? I know you can. It's really quite easy if you just think about it.
Yep.
You want to talk about her?
Sure.
She says something.
So then his bride says back to him at some point in the book, I belong to my beloved and his desire is for me.
Yes.
Come, my beloved.
Yes.
Let us go to the countryside.
I like the countryside.
I know you do. Let us spend the night in the villages.
I like spending the night in the countryside. Should I stop?
Let us go early to the vineyards to see if the vines have budded.
I
if
like
their
when the vines are
blossoms
budding.
have opened. Of course, we can't do that this year. We can't go to High Park to see the blossoms. And
cherry
if
blossoms,
the
right.
pomegranates are in bloom,
I like when the pomegranates are in bloom.
there I will give you my love.
I like that. I like where this is going. You know what I'm feeling when she says this to me? Confidence. So do you want to talk a little bit about this, the way she's giving confidence to him?
Well,
Or
it's
is it
beautiful.
self-evident?
I think it's pretty evident that she's thinking about him. She's planning something for him. She's planning something that he would enjoy. She's planning an adventurous lovemaking in the outdoors.
I'm liking that.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. I just heard our kids log off. Is that true? Did that just happen?
I should check the chat.
You know, I said this to Lisa when we were reading this together earlier on today. I said, you know, my male brain, you know what my male brain hears? I don't really, come, my beloved, let's go to the countryside. Sure, whatever. Yep. Pomegranates are blooming, vines are budding. Okay, I'm not sure if that's some kind of erotic thing or if that's just actual vines budding and pomegranates blooming. But where what my male brain hears,
The bottom line.
there I will give you my love.
Yes.
I'm there, baby. I'm there. What do you need? You need me to get in the car? We got to go to the countryside.
Well, I
Absolutely,
think we
that's
should start
fine.
talking about the ways that we can, in our modern day language, you know, give confidence to each other too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's so many ways. We talked about all those insecurities. We talked about all those things that steal our confidence and how we can actually have empathy towards each other. You know, we can have ways that we can reassure each other about the things that might be stealing our confidence.
Yeah.
So what are some of those ways that we can do that? What do you like that I do that makes you feel confident?
Oh, so this is me. What
Yeah.
makes me feel
Yeah.
confident?
Do I
What-
do anything that makes you feel?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you're so good at this. I don't know where I'm supposed to look right now. You are so good. You are so good at this. And I think what. Okay, I think I'm going to risk being a little bit frustrating here.
Okay.
Because I could name a lot of specific practical things that you do that gives me great confidence, but probably the biggest thing that gives me confidence is that you are very eager to figure us out. You're very eager to figure me out. You're very eager to, look, when we got married, this is what you got. Probably wasn't what you were expecting, right? And you're just like, hey, okay, this is us. Maybe this is our new set of problems, or this is what comes. So there's in you this great strength that is willing to take whatever comes. It's like you know problems are going to come, so you're not Pollyanna, you're not some princess like, oh, we have a problem, so the world has to end, or our marriage has to end because we've had a lot of real challenges in our day. We've had a lot of challenges because of me. We've had some challenges because of you.
Absolutely.
And so I don't feel like I'm answering your question.
No, that's very nice. And I feel like I just fished for a compliment or something. So
Yeah. Well, that was easy.
So I think one of the things that you do that gives me confidence especially because, like you said, we're talking about sex and intimacy, right? You want it to keep coming back to that.
Yes, I think all the fellas do.
I think the thing
And the women,
that
sorry,
you
don't
do,
be
and
gendered.
you actually did it to me as I was in the laundry room tonight. You said, boy, what did you say? You said, I could have, I don't know if it's appropriate to say. But anyway, it sounded good in the car on the way here. But,
What'd
you
I
know,
say?
you always will say, if I could have sex with you right now, I would.
I would. I
And
can't
it's always
always.
as we're like flying out the door or something, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
it's never convenient.
and maybe it's because when we're leaving, I put on makeup and I suddenly look better than I know. Anyway,
That could be. That could have
but
something to
often
do with it.
you will often say, you know, if I could have sex with you right now, I would.
Yeah.
And it just makes me feel like it reminds me that, oh, okay, I think I know what's in my future. But in
dear.
a good way, in
Oh,
a
dear.
good
Yeah,
way.
a
It
good
makes
way.
me feel like,
Absolutely.
and it makes me feel wanted, and also reminds me that, oh yeah, right, with all that's going on, we are a married couple, and we're gonna fall asleep together in the same bed and be together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you talk about it. I think that's what I'm saying. You are not afraid to let me know when you're thinking about it.
Right.
But not in a way that like I have to, you know. Anyway, I'm getting
No,
off
I think
track.
that's good. So it's not an irritant? Because I've heard that some people, some wives are
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Man,
sometimes
oh my
I feel-
gosh,
some-
you're just always."
Sometimes I do kind of give you the not the cold shoulder, but I just kind of laugh or whatever because there's so much going on. But I still, in the back of my mind, I still walk away and feel like
But
I'm pretty lucky that my husband it wants to be.
I think this is a real key, though. When you give me the cold shoulder, I'd hate for that to land out there for some of our viewers who give a real cold shoulder that does not instill any confidence. In fact, it robs confidence. When you give me a cold shoulder, it's not that kind of cold shoulder.
But
I
it-
don't lose confidence.
Right.
I don't lose vision for our marriage.
Well,
I
I
don't
appreciate
think
that
we're
you're.
in trouble.
I appreciate you're confident in those situations when I just kind of go, huh, you know, or I shrug it off, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Less
loading the
snorting,
dish.
but yeah.
I'm loading the dishwasher, and we got to leave, and you know, I just kind of laugh at you and seem like I'm not taking you seriously.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that doesn't upset you.
Yeah.
You just, you know.
It's kind of playful.
Yeah,
right?
playful. That's a
sort of
good word
banter,
for it. Yes.
That
yeah,
type of things.
yeah.
That it can be
Yeah.
very, very healthy. You know, just while we're talking about this, I don't know if I can bring this up properly in the short amount of time that we have, but there is something to be said about the value of really bringing confidence to each other. Look, there's some things, ladies, that you need to know that if you don't know by now, I pity your husband, but you need to learn this tonight. Absolutely toot sweet. The male is needing to be very strong. We understand that. We're instructed to be strong. We're instructed to grow up from boys to men. And in our society right now, there still is a problem of boys who can shave. We got to grow up, and that's hard for some of us to do, but you got to become a man. And all of that is true. We got to be a provider. That doesn't mean I'm not some caveman. You know, Lisa helps. Like we're equal, but my role is part of my role. I just need to embrace that. I can't be a shrinking violet. That being said, your husband and me, we all have delicate egos. We just do, especially in the area of intimacy. And if you think I'm married to the guy who doesn't, he's lying to you and he's pulled the wool over your eyes, or you just don't care enough to look. And so it is not far. I will say this. Lisa just talked about the fact of things that I often say to her, and some of you ladies may have just already logged off or rolled your eyes, or you think I'm some sort of cretin, I'm some sort of I don't know what. I can't believe that he would say
The
that.
minister.
I can't believe he would objectify his wife. I've got news for you.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't objectify anybody. This is who not objectify, it's the wrong word, but
Yes.
I am crazy attracted to Lisa. Just crazy. I'm crazy in love with her. I'm crazy drawn to her. And it's more than just sex. It's everything. It's the fibers of my being are drawn towards you.
Now,
And if you would,
can I interrupt for 1 second because I feel like you could be discouraging people that you don't even know you're discouraging right now. But I think that's because you have such a healthy intimacy.
Absolutely.
The more intimate we are, the more you feel that way.
Absolutely.
Because I think
And the less we-
you could also be feeling the opposite if we had,
Yeah.
you know, a distant,
absolutely.
intimate relationship.
So the point I was trying to make, and I didn't make very well, is just simply this. If you in our relationship, I'll just use you and me here because I don't want to project anything on anybody else, but if you consistently gave me the impression that my desire for you was an irritant. My desire for you was a pain. My desire for you was a threat in some way. Oh no, now he's probably, that means tonight. Oh, where's my ugly house coat? If you sent those kind of messages to me, I would eventually begin to think there's something wrong with me.
Okay.
I would eventually begin to think am I a pervert? Do I have some sort of sexual problem? And I think we should talk about this because that can be messaging when one spouse is not bringing confidence to the other.
That's a terrible message.
But the exact opposite.
That's a great point.
It is a
that you
great
made.
point. You don't want to unpack that anymore. It's probably unfair for me
Well,
to say.
there's just so much else we want to say too. I just feel like we're going to run out of time. But
We'll just skip the other stuff.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, no, that is, and I think it's hard because some, women maybe do have some baggage and things that, wrong
That's
ideas
true.
about sexuality, and I think we've said so many times, every time we're here Monday night, we say there's people to go to for help if you need help.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a terrible thing for your husband to be feeling like that he's, got some abnormal, drive that, makes him, what did you say? Pervert.
Yeah. You just don't want to ever send that kind of message, right? You don't want to send that
No,
kind of
definitely
message.
not. I guess, is that universal for most men feel that way?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'd have to ask the fellas, but
Okay.
yeah. So something to think about there with that. And listen, this isn't just, oh, wow, Kevin, the guys really beat up on the ladies tonight. We're trying to really be balanced here.
Yeah.
But the message that we do want to always send to each other, and let's get back to our so what again, is my responsibility is not to myself. My responsibility is not just to my own drives and my desires, but my responsibility is to build up your confidence. So what does that mean for me? And your responsibility is to build up my confidence.
Yeah.
And if we can have that balance, start to work in tandem together, you're going to discover some really great intimacy that you've always kind of hoped and dreamed. But if you don't do it that way, if you're always pushing,
Yeah.
it starts to fall
I
apart.
think so overarching theme is reassure each other. Like find out what is bothering your spouse or making them feel not confident, and decide to reassure them, and to help them to have that empathy to really try and help them, whether it's their body image or some failure that they've had in their career, or whatever the things, really try and figure that out and help each other to be confident, because as we've said before, you only have each other. Like really, you have each other. It's you against the world.
That's against the world.
And you're going to give to each other what nobody else can. The things that you're going to say to each other in your bedroom, no one else hears or should hear. It's it's just a very special relationship that God has given you to give each other confidence in life. So.
I really like you. So something that we did, we don't know. Do you want to try the marriage manifesto?
Yeah. I think it kind of gels everything.
We hope.
We
Yes.
hope.
So we worked on a little bit of writing. Kind of this is what we've decided for us, and we're in no way trying to project on you. Your marriage should be like ours
no,
or anything
please don't
like
hear that.
Our marriage
Definitely.
is ours, and it's
Yeah.
us against the world. You got to figure
Yeah.
out yours, and it's you against the world. And you can get help, of course, as Lisa said. We really believe in that. Do get professional counseling if you need it. Even get professional sexual therapy counseling if you need it. If you don't, though, it's time, or not it's time, but I would really encourage you, focus a lot more on your marriage. It's really, really worth it.
Yeah, Kevin and I just want to be here on Monday nights to give you inspiration, to give you a little motivation, just to reset and get back at it again.
Every week.
So,
So we called this Marriage Monday Manifesto.
Okay.
So this is Lisa's what
and
she thinks about marriage.
We hope this is better than the couples quiz.
Which turned out to be a real bomb.
Because I did so bad, so I feel like I really
but
blew it.
you made me feel bad for winning. That was what you
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really bad.
did. You're so humble.
No, I'm very competitive.
I know.
I
That's
don't
why I
want
was
to see that
surprised.
side of me.
Let's read anyways.
Okay. So this is my This is my Marriage Monday manifesto. All right, I'm going to get through this and not cry.
Oh, you're going to cry.
I think it's going to make me cry. I have this
Really?
feeling. All right. My husband needs to know that I want to be intimate with him. Skin on skin, you are my man. The most important person in my life. I see you, I look at you, all of you. We are not just partners in the family business of paying bills and raising kids. I want to hug you, look in your eyes, and kiss your lips. You have very nice lips, too. He needs
Fade
to know,
to black.
He
Fade
needs
to
to
black.
know that I am not constantly thinking, do I have time for this? Or do I feel like this? We are part of each other, together, one flesh. Even if we do get stressed and busy and the weeks fly by, there's a security and confidence knowing we will be back together soon. But even if you ever do ask for physical intimacy, straight up, I will never reject you or say no. I made that decision a long time ago, and it has brought so much peace and comfort to our marriage. I need to focus on our sex life and not just make it a priority, but an everyday part of our life. I must know the needs of my husband, the rhythm and cyclical nature of his desire, and find my own body schedule as well. And I, and women, we do need sex way more than we know or admit to ourselves. It is as natural as breathing and so good for us. As women, we can help each other. I will embrace advice, solicit it, and take it when it's given. I choose to think of our intimate frequency as investing money. The more you put in, the bigger the payoff, the more significant the reward. And almost 30 years later, it's been true in our life. If you don't use it, you lose it, and the more you put it off, the harder it gets. I choose to relax and let go of trying to control everything. When I need help, I seek it out. I'm eager to be a learner and make him the happiest man on earth. I want him to be the man who wishes all married men have intimacy like he enjoys in our marriage. I am his greatest joy and treasure. I feel like a queen because I know that our marriage bed is holy and honoring to God, just as God intended for me and my husband's pleasure.
Wow. I do. I feel that way. Thank you. Thanks for being vulnerable. This is the strangest thing we've ever done in our life. So this is my Marriage Monday manifesto. That was about a wife's confidence, and this is about a husband's confidence. My wife needs to know that I don't just want to grab her. You know what I'm talking about. And I confess that I am guilty of that. But she needs more. But I want to be close to her, and I want you to know that. And it's true, sex helps me feel more emotionally connected. But I have to remember that it works backwards for her. I have to draw her in. I have to look into her eyes. And oftentimes, it's a lie that men are the only ones who are not willing to be vulnerable, when actually many wives feel awkward with our gazes, but they still need it. And yes, it's true when they say that the largest sex organ for a woman is between her ears. Her mind and her heart need to hear words. Good, kind, warm, compassionate words. And I better want to listen to her words too. I need to know and I need to hear what she's thinking, what she's worried about, and let her work out her problems out loud with me without me interrupting her or giving her quick solutions, which is so easy to do. I will be patient with her problems. I will be patient when her problems turn into criticisms against me and how it becomes my fault. I will be strong and gently bring her back to complaining about the problems and not about me. See a few weeks ago in Marriage Mondays. I will be thick-skinned, not quick to become angry. I will be strong. I will be strong because it's to a man's glory to overlook an offense. Proverbs chapter 19. My wife is quick-minded, a critical thinker. I have plenty of opportunities to be offended, but I don't let them get to me. I still lead. Someone has to lead. It's my responsibility to lead. Leaders aren't little boys who need to be praised all of the time. Life is tough. It's a scary world, and my wife is afraid a lot of the times. I may end up feeling like her punching bag sometimes, hopefully not a lot, but I always need to get the big picture as to what and who I'm supposed to be to bring confidence to her. And I am to be her protector. And I am to protect her emotions. I am to protect her heart. And most importantly, I protect her from the evil that tries to get into our lives and our family and our marriage. This is what a husband does. And after you have done all of that, and after I have done all of that, at the end of the day, it's so much easier to say, honey, please take off those pajamas and get into bed naked. Marriage Monday manifesto. This may be our last time on the air, sweetheart.
That was great.
It was really enjoyable doing that with you.
Okay.
So
All
let's
right.
give these guys the final thought.
Okay.
The final thought is this. Whoops. The final thought is simply this. We need to give confidence to one another.
Yes.
Which means we need to make a decision to kick insecurity out of our bedroom.
Yeah.
Really, 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 really. And this may take you a while. This may take a lot of work.
Yeah.
You might have to face some really icky things. You may have to go there a little bit and have this conversation, but insecurity doesn't belong in your marriage. There's enough insecurity everywhere else in this world.
true.
Take it out of your
Absolutely.
marriage. Stop
Yeah.
thinking that you're married to a supermodel. You're clearly not. Stop thinking you're a supermodel. You're clearly not. You're weak. You're broken. You're blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we all are.
Get it out of the
Absolutely.
bedroom. Get it out of your love life.
Yep.
And don't just sort of ratchet down, say, I'm going to become so confident. What's this all about? I'm supposed to give who confidence? I give her confidence.
Yeah.
I treat her so she gets more confident. What does she do? Exact same thing. And so we want to give everybody a little bit of homework.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, hon. Tell us about the homework.
So what we would like for you to do
Here's your homework.
for your homework is to tonight or at some point after you finish watching this, ask each other, what are you insecure about? What is your biggest insecurity? And that might take a little bit of time to think about, but you could have a great conversation and really be eager to hear what your spouse's insecurity is. Yep. Really listen. And I think we talked about how we don't want you to get in a fight about this or feel like it didn't work or whatever. So we've got some.
Well, and before, so that's part A.
Yeah.
Spend a little bit of time and ask, what is your biggest insecurity? Don't ask for 15 insecurities. It's just going to be discouraging anyways. What's your biggest insecurity? Do you have one? And the answer should be yes, I've got something. And when you get that answer, when the person is that vulnerable, and don't mess around with each other here. You're too important to each other to sort of play a game right now. Be honest, be open, and when the person gives you the gift of what they're most insecure about, you give back to them this phrase: I will never use that against you. I will never use your insecurity against you.
Yeah.
Don't stop with your defensiveness right now. We're going to get to some of the problems in just a second.
Don't try and change their insecurity. Don't, oh, well, you're insecure about that. Here's, here's some things I think you can do to get over that. Or that's not what this is about.
Bring confidence to your relationship. Say, I promise you, I will never weaponize that against you. I will never use that against you. I promise. So let's think a little bit about how this can go back, how this can backfire. Because some of us, you want to do, I'll do one first.
Okay.
What could a guy do? Okay, we're doing this exercise.
Yeah.
You say.
So I've said I feel insecure about my weight or.
No, you're asking me. So Kevin, what's your insecurity?
Yeah, I've given you one.
Oh, I see.
I've given you something.
Yep.
And now share with me yours, honey.
I don't really got anything. I don't know.
Well, what do you mean you don't have anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Am I doing it wrong?
No, that's great.
Yeah.
We don't have time to do more than that.
That's not good.
No.
That's not good. So, but some of the guys right now, they're panicking because they're like, oh, that's me. That's what I would say. If you're in that situation, Maybe here's a better way to say it, and that's simply this. I'm really insecure that I don't know exactly what to say, and I'm insecure that you're going to think that I'm not taking this exercise seriously. I'm insecure because I don't even know what to say. I'm
Right,
insecure
right.
that you're going to think I'm not serious about our marriage.
And in that situation, I can just be like, oh, I can have empathy that my husband can't articulate, and or that he is having trouble going deep, or he's having trouble
Yeah.
being able to express himself, or
Yeah.
maybe you just blank, But that doesn't mean that I get to judge him or think anything less. I can just think, okay, you know what? I need to, when he does say something
Yeah.
today or tomorrow, really build him up, reassure him. That was great. I loved it when you shared with me what you were really feeling,
Yeah.
as opposed to, you never share with me what you're feeling.
So listen, we're not presupposing that every male out there can't come up with an
No.
idea. That's not what we're saying. We just chose this could be something that would happen
Mm-hmm.
that cause people to shut down in the middle of where you're supposed to be giving each other confidence. Don't do that. Maybe you got one before we go to answering
Okay.
some questions.
So what if I said to you, I'm insecure that you're going to get what you want and I'm not going to get what I want.
Okay, so that's a bad example. So everybody listen right there. That's a really bad example of doing this exercise. Why? Think about what Lisa said. I'm really concerned that you're going to get what you want and not what I want. Could you see a woman saying this more than a man?
I could see a woman feeling like, you always apologize, but you never change, or you whatever, you're not
I
gonna,
got some hurts
you're not
here,
gonna,
right?
you're not gonna change. So why should I, meet your needs if you're not gonna meet my needs? Yeah.
So one more time, say this is the bad example. I'm insecure. Remember, I'm answering the question. I'm insecure that you're going to get what you want, not what I want. Why is that a bad answer?
It's a bad answer, again, kind of a throwback to one of the classes or sessions we've already had, but stick with the problem. So I could say, instead of that, I could say, I'm insecure that I'm going to be left all alone and not have my needs met.
There it is. The big difference is what Lisa said the first time is it's just me, me, me. I'm.
And blaming you.
And blaming
Yeah.
also the other person and suspicious. So it robs all
Yeah.
opportunity for confidence. But you see, when you really have some safety in your relationship and you can talk about what you're insecure about, there's some real vulnerability there where you don't have to take a shot at the person. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry if they're going to get away with something. You can trust that this is our time to share with each other our deepest
And I would
insecurity.
we'd really recommend you don't drill down on the person's insecurity. Oh, well, what does that mean? Can you give me examples? I don't understand. Like, can you, and then it's, being dissected. Just go with whatever your spouse wants to share, and when they are not wanting to share anymore, it's your job then to try and reassure them.
Yeah. And how comforting would it be for you and for your spouse to say to you and you to say to your spouse, with what you just shared with me, I will never use that to hurt you. I will never use that against you. That can fix a lot of our intimacy problems. So what's all this about, everybody? We are here to say, and we've gone a little bit longer than we should here, but we kind of felt it's important. With everything we were talking about, last week we talked about the fact that intimacy is an essential service. This week we're talking about the fact that confidence changes intimacy. And it's not so much that you should sort of tear your shirt off and strut around the bedroom, although, hey, give that a try once in a while. But it's confidence that we give to the other person. That will radically revolutionize your intimacy. So we're almost out of time here, but let's see if there's a question or two. And if there is, we'll stay a little bit longer and answer. And if there's not, we'll be happy to go home and spend our Monday without you guys staring at us. So far, all I can see is don't be judgmental of your spouse. And that may be a really great way to end. Yeah, don't be judgmental of your spouse. So we're getting into some tricky waters right here. We're calling for you to be intimate. We're calling for you to share your insecurities. Boy, when someone gives you a gift like that, be careful with it. Treat it like a baby bird in your hand. Don't Don't come off like you're something you're not. All right? It's 8:30.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you,
Marriage
everyone.
Monday.
Yes.
We've talked about all kinds of things.
Yeah. I hope it's helped.
Let me just remind everybody, by the way, Marriage Mondays, but let me remind everyone that this week, I just did it wrong again, sorry everybody. This week, Temple Courts Online, part of the Toronto Church of Christ, many activities we've got going. Please check those out, even tonight, early tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if you're not a sleeper-inner, if you get up early or if you're off to work early, stop in at 6 o'clock with Albert Lallman. He's having how to have awesome quiet times, how to start your day out great with God. And listen, even if you are a sleeper-inner, wake up at 6.
Yeah.
Join Albert. Then go back to bed afterwards. But there's a lot of great things going on. One final thing I want to let you know, if you are part of the Toronto Church of Christ, this Wednesday, there is a church-wide midweek happening this Wednesday. Go to torontocc.com/TCO, Temple Courts Online, and you can see all the things that we're doing. Thank you for your patience tonight. Lisa, I love you. I like spending Mondays with you.
Thank you.
We like spending Mondays with you, somewhat. We really like spending Mondays with each other, and we hope that you like spending Mondays with the person you're sitting with on the couch. And if you're not sitting with your friend on the couch, your spouse on the couch, go get in the same room. Be with them. Have a good Monday night. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.